Hello people in chat, Megan here, and time for another video. Today, I am doing something a little bit different. This has been something that I've been wanting to do for a little while. I don't know if it's just the fall, or the spooky atmosphere outside lately, or whatever. But I have been on kind of a paranormal, urban legends, spooky stuff kind of kick right now. I've always loved urban legends, spooky stories, anything in that category for as long as I can remember. When I was a kid living at home still, we had these neighbors across the street from us, and just random times during the year, it wasn't always around Halloween, we would get together, go into the darkest place in their house we could find, which happened to be a walk-in closet, and with just flashlights, and would spend hours in there just telling each other scary stories that we heard. And holy crap, I love doing that. I love scary stories. I love hearing about ghost stories and other people's experiences with potential ghosts, and just while trying to think of new things to do on this channel other than memory lanes or retail rants, which are coming back, or retail problems, I can't remember which I called them. So yeah, some spooky content is gonna be happening. So yeah, I plan to be talking about urban legends, the history behind them, stories behind them, creepy and or haunted areas around the country as well as the rest of the world, and maybe, just maybe, visit some haunted areas. That's a maybe, depending on if I can get people to come with me, because I am not doing that kind of stuff alone. And I'm just really excited to get into this. Anyway, I'm sorry for rambling. Anyway, like the title suggests, I'm going to be starting off this little direction change with what I consider a classic, The Tale of Bloody Mary. Now, Bloody Mary has been kind of an urban legend I've been aware of since I was in the 4th grade. So I was 9 or 10 at the time. I believe I was 10. Every day after school, I would have to stay for a little after school program because my mom was working and my dad passed away recently. So there was no one really at home to watch me and my brother, so after school program. And I was going to the restroom with a bathroom buddy because we weren't allowed to leave the cafeteria without a buddy. And it was an older girl. I think she was in the 6th grade while I was in the 4th. And she was telling me about Bloody Mary. And her and a few other girls in the after school program were trying to get grouped together to go into the bathroom to play Bloody Mary. And little 10-year-old Megan is just nuh-uh, no, I am not touching that. Even now, as an adult, I would never play Bloody Mary because A, it creeps me out beyond all belief. And even though I know nothing is probably gonna be happening, nothing will come of it, I am just too skittish. Even though I know nothing will happen, I'm still yeah, no, why would I invite something that would cause me harm? Even though there's an insanely large chance nothing will happen, that one small part of my brain is just why risk it? Even if it really is just a game. Anytime you're just summoning something like that could cause you harm, it's just, no. Even now, talking about Bloody Mary, I have a huge mirror I have off to the side there, covered, just because I'm yeah, no, not risking it. I am not risking this. And I'm also filming in a bright room in the middle of the day, just cause I'm yeah, no, we ain't doing this at night. I ain't doing this with the mirror uncovered. Just big old nope. So I have not had any experiences with playing Bloody Mary, nor have any of my friends played as far as I'm aware. So the way to play that I grew up knowing, I know there are so many different variations on what to say, how to set up the room. The version I grew up hearing was in a totally dark room. I think maybe 1 or 2 people said to bring a candle or something, but it's mostly in a dark room. And then you would go in, the chant I grew up hearing was say her name 3 times, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, and then I killed your child, come and haunt me. That that is the chant that I remember the most hearing. I know some other variations are just "I killed your child," leaving out the "come and haunt me," which is probably one reason why I was even more hesitant to play this game as a kid than I would otherwise. The "come and haunt me" bit just sounds way too like challenging, like, yeah, I'm not scared of you, come and get me. It's like, yeah, no, that's just asking for trouble in my mind. So it's like, yeah, no. Some other common changes in the chant are just saying Bloody Mary 13 times. I believe there's one or two versions where you like spin around as you're saying it. Or like, I believe in like a different name. I believe another popular name to say instead of Bloody Mary is Hail Mary or Maryworth. And what she would do when summoned would also vary from tale to tale. Like, some of them she would just scare you, others she would reach out and claw your eyes out, others she would kill you or curse you or even drag you into hell with her. The most common two I heard were claw your eyes out or kill you. Claw your eyes out was a little more common, but a few other versions I heard growing up were kill, which was not much initiative for me to want to summon this crazy lady. Like, why would I want to summon this creepy woman in this mirror just to claw my eyes out or to kill me? Now, for as to who Bloody Mary was, this also varied a lot. I can't remember a whole lot about like any backstory as a kid. I do remember one or two girls saying that she was a witch who was killed, or a woman who lost a lot of her children and was forever grieving, or a woman who either had her baby murdered or had her child taken away. Or I think even one girl like kind of combined the two somehow, but it always varies. Sometimes she's a witch, sometimes she's a normal woman. There's just so many variations. And that's something that I find super interesting about these kind of urban myths and games. Just the variations of it. Like, I honestly don't know how far back Bloody Mary, the game we know it today, goes. Some things I read said like the 60s or 70s, others like the 90s. So regardless, when I was in the 4th grade, it was like the early, very, very early 2000s. I think it was 2001. So that was a little before the internet was as big as today or as accessible as it is today. So a lot of it would have been spread like word of mouth. So it makes sense to have all those variations. And to me, that actually makes it a little more spooky because just all the variations, they all have their own kind of flavor to them, and it just, I don't know, just the mysteriousness of it today. A lot of urban legends that get spread around on the internet today are more or less consistent in my eyes than Bloody Mary. Like, the details aren't quite as varied. So I don't know, it just has more of an folk-tale-y feel to it to me. There are also theories of Bloody Mary being based on a figure in history. Like, some people think she's based on Mary I of England. Others think she's based on a Hungarian countess, I'm gonna have to read her name off my notes here, Elizabeth Bathory, who is known for bathing in the blood of young girls to stay young. Which, for anyone who's interested in me doing a video on either of these women, let me know, because I'm actually really considering it. I love history. I love diving into like interesting people in history. So let me know. And also, there is a chance that this whole game could be based on divination. Is that how you say it? I am bad with words. Rituals from the old days. Most specifically involving unmarried girls. Like, the girls would go into a dark room with a mirror with a candle, do some sort of chant or rhyme, and in the mirror they were supposedly supposed to see the face of the man they were going to marry. Or they could see a skull, which would indicate that they would die before they had a chance to get married. Which I haven't heard before. If there is some kind of basis for that, for Bloody Mary to have some roots in that, that's pretty interesting. Like I said, don't know how true it is, but it's interesting to think about. And also something that I found out that I did not know until looking into this was that there is some scientific explanation behind the seeing something in a mirror while playing Bloody Mary. Apparently staring into a mirror in a dark room for a prolonged period of time, or probably not prolonged, just some point in time, I don't know how long, you can start to see things. You can start to hallucinate. And then you also gotta consider the human imagination is a very vivid thing. If you go into something expecting to see something, you might be able to trick yourself into thinking you see something. I, for one, know that I have a pretty overactive imagination, so if I ended up playing Bloody Mary, chances are good I would freak myself out into seeing something, even if nothing was there. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about Bloody Mary. I am sorry that this wasn't as in-depth as I hoped it would be. I couldn't find too much information on like backstory and history online. Everything I kind of found was just repeats of the same thing. Hopefully in my future videos I can be a little more in-depth. So yeah, that's it for this video. Anyone still watching? What do you think? Do you like this kind of content? Do you want me to continue? Are there any urban legends or haunted places that you want me to talk about? Let me know and I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. So yeah, that is it for this video and I hope to see you guys next time.